Well, I've spent my Saturday morning at an urgent care center and CVS pharmacy. My mom is sick and Jenny's sick, and we've got a cruise in 2 days. Let's talk about it. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Lido, Loca. I'm your host, Tony, here with the latest update for Lido, Loca as we prepare to cruise on the NCL Prima in 2 days. Now, we just returned home from the Carnival Horizon on our group cruise just last Sunday, and well, there's people coming off of that cruise that have gotten sick. Let me tell you about the first person that got sick, notably my mother. When she left here on Monday, she flew home, but on Tuesday, she started feeling really bad, and she went and got tested, and my mom has COVID. She is on COVID medication. She's about day 5 into the process, and she's feeling much better. She's to the point where she's feeling better, but her body's still weak. She's just bored not being able to exercise and do the things that my mom does. So fortunately, it's a mild COVID case. She's well on her road to recovery. Now, of course, after my mom had COVID and other people that we cruised with have COVID, we took COVID tests. Jenny and I both tested negative for COVID when we first heard that my mom had COVID. And then a day later, Jenny started feeling poorly with symptoms, but not necessarily COVID symptoms. And so we took another COVID test. She tested negative again, but after 3 days, her symptoms did not get any better. She had a dry cough, had a fever. None of those things improved, and so this morning we got up and we went to the urgent care center, and they saw her at the urgent care center, and after some testing, she tested negative for the flu. It was determined that she had an upper respiratory infection, and they gave us some prednisone, they gave us some amoxicillin, and she's got a whole regimen of medicine to take over the next few days, the next week, to knock all of that stuff out, and she should be good to go. And let me just tell you, things are pretty different right now at the urgent care. When we were going to our primary care physician just a couple months ago, there were still mask requirements when you went to the doctor. There was still like a hypersensitivity to masking. When we went into the urgent care today, there's no mask required. So even in a time where people are still getting COVID in the middle of flu season, all of those things, even at the urgent care place, there's no masking required. That was surprising. We'd taken some masks with us. We didn't need them. We were welcome to wear them, of course. But yeah, so things have changed. There was a less hypersensitivity to COVID this time when we went to the medical facility than previous times just over the last few months. So that's kind of interesting, and there didn't even really seem to be a concern at all with the fact that Jenny had been on a cruise ship and that she'd been in contact with people that had gotten COVID. And so yeah, they immediately went to the next thing after we told them that we'd had the negative COVID test, and we told them Jenny's symptoms. They're like, yeah, it doesn't sound like COVID, and went and tested for the flu, and then eventually landed on this upper respiratory sinus deal. So just wild times at the doctor. And me personally, I feel great. I've had a really interesting week. I started using a CPAP machine, and they told me that the CPAP machine would make me feel better, and I didn't believe them, honestly, because you just don't know about what you don't know. And well, I've been able to sleep really well with the CPAP machine, and I wish I would have done it sooner. So it's a little weird, a little inconvenient trying to get used to the mask, but man, the sleep is crazy good, and I've felt refreshed. I feel really good. And so yeah, it's been a good week for me. But that brings us to our dilemma. Jenny will be feeling better over the next couple days, but the question is, will she feel cruise ready on Monday, or will she still not feel good? She struggled with the cough, and she's sore from the coughing, and I think that's definitely left her in a mindset of she doesn't really want to push herself and go on this Prima cruise. The Prima cruise is like a travel agent preview, and it's a short 3-day cruise. I'm going as a guest of Jenny. I really have not cultivated any of these press relationships, which maybe I should. A lot of times when I get invited to these things, I'm invited through the travel side through Jenny, where I probably could start applying as a get press credentials, that kind of thing. I think there's enough of a following, but I really haven't done that yet, or I'm not, I haven't really super been interested in that. But so that leaves us in a weird situation. Jenny is the person that they're expecting, and I'm the guest on this short Prima cruise. But Jenny's probably not going to go on this Prima cruise. So do I go and drive to Miami tomorrow and do this short Prima cruise, or do I just skip it altogether? that's the scenario we're working through now, and I don't think we have an answer yet. So I'm ready to cruise if I need to. All my clothes are clean, and I can be ready to go in a moment's notice. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it or not. I obviously don't want to leave Jenny here when she's not feeling good. We do have people in town that, you know, Jenny's best friend, her mom, all that stuff. So, I mean, she's not going to be by herself, and she would be well taken care of. But, yeah, I don't know. So let me just kick it over to you. If you were in my situation, would you go and experience the Prima, or would you not? Would you cancel along with the lovely Jenny B? Leave a comment below. Hope everybody's having a great Saturday afternoon. I'm gonna get back in there and play Nurse Tony and make sure that my patient is okay. Yeah, make sure you check out this video next. This is Tony for La Lido Loca, and until the next time, we'll see you on the Lido. Bye.